What's going on? It's BF Nkrumah, and this is the Nkrumah Perspective Ask BF segment. Wanted to make sure this is the very first Ask BF. We're going to be doing this every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. The reason I wanted to do this because I know a lot of times, in particular as a black man myself, it feels like we don't have anybody to talk us through some of the things that we're dealing with in life, um, in particular as it pertains to our personal development. So, as a coach, I wanted to make myself available for brothers to be able to call in. So I know a lot of times coaching can be a little expensive. And so you might not be able to afford some one-on-one coaching that goes on for weeks and weeks, but I definitely want to give the brothers an opportunity to be able to get some of their personal development questions answered. So if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube and you want to join in and ask your questions, I just put the link in the comments for you to actually come up on the show, and we can talk through whatever you want to talk through, any area of development that you want in life. Um, Brother Darius, I see you on. You want to come on?
Go ahead. I'm here though. What's
You,
good with you, brother?
oh man, I'm good, bro. I'm just trying to make sure I get a brothers an opportunity to have that space where they can talk to a brother about whatever it may be regarding their personal development, so I can help with some of the skills that I have to be able to help walk somebody through whatever their question is. So if you got a question, let's talk about it.
I'm just joining the forum. I'm listening right now. I'm about to get in the car and take a little trip. So I don't got a question yet, but I'm pretty sure I will before it's all said and done. You already
Oh,
know I ain't shy. I'll jump in.
all right. Well, when you do, just jump in
Raise
the
my hand.
comments and let me know you want to jump in, and I'll
You
bring you
got it.
back.
You got it. You got it.
All right.
I just want to understand the format first, and I understand what's
Yeah,
going on.
that's it. That's the format. We just, you got to come on this link. You can watch it on Facebook and YouTube, but you got to hit this link to actually, for me to actually pull you up. And so we
Okay.
can have a I just wanted to make sure brothers have this outlet.
Right.
And you know me for a long time, so this is
Yeah, I
just
know how
something
you
that we
move.
do.
Yeah,
So
got
I just wanted to make sure on Tuesday nights, brothers can just call in and talk
you.
and
Bet.
get some coaching through whatever their issue might be. So, this
Oh,
just the format.
yeah, I'm definitely jumping on some issues. You already know, like you know me a while too. My issues like an extra creative, but put a lot on my plate, and what's been biting me in the ass, well, all of 2021 was time management.
Mhm.
Opportunities are not scarce, but it's like I was going shopping hungry, so to speak. You know what I mean? Trying to say yes to too many things and,
Mhm.
not really being able to hone in and focus on one thing well enough to get any leeway in any of the lanes I'm in. So it was a lot of painful downsizing in 2021, just trying to eliminate things that I might be good at, might want to do, but had to reprioritize so I could say, hey, listen, this might be a project I need to be working on in 2 years rather than right
Mhm.
now, because there's more pressing things that may either make
So
me
did you
more
hone in
or
on figuring out what you need to focus on now?
yeah, yep. But I still, now it's more so understanding how to like process is real big for me, man. I've been you said something to me or you said something online about outcomes. People are so focused on outcomes, they're not worried about the process, and that
Yeah.
resonated real heavy because process has been my biggest issue. I'll get caught up in focusing on what I need to achieve and I'm not planning well enough. So I'm an artist, so I think right brained a little too much when it comes to process because
Okay.
getting into that like, hey man, negotiating non-negotiable stuff with yourself, where it's like, hey,
Mhm.
listen, this is non-negotiable. I decided I'm on this plan. This is the plan. Whereas I'll be like, hey, it's money to be made today over here, so I'm gonna go abandon what I might have, and maybe sometimes that's called for, but still get circling back to your solid foundational plan has been an issue for me. So I know that if I'm more defined with that, the things that I'm looking at as successes now will be amplified even more if I can hone that in a little bit and rein that in a little bit. So yes, I've eliminated things to answer your question, but
Mhm.
I know I still need to work on process.
Well, listen, the fact that you already noticed it that you've already eliminated some of the things. That's something to clap for, right there. Like,
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah.
I,
Yeah, you know me though, man. It's
I,
like, yo, what you doing this month, man? I'm doing this. Nah, man, gotta relax, man. Gotta relax.
yeah, man. So that's good, right? That's good in and of itself. Uh, yeah, but that process here, we gotta focus on our task day to day. Like, what do I have to do today that's going to get me to that end goal? Because we get too caught up on that end goal.
Yep.
You got to enjoy the journey. You got to enjoy the process. Because if you can't enjoy your process, first of all, you're doing something that you don't even love.
Right. That's number one. Yeah.
If you can't enjoy the process, you're doing something you don't even need to be doing. So you got to enjoy that process and work through every day. All right, I have this, and a lot of times, right, that macro thinking, especially if you got big goals, when you got big goals, it can begin to mess with your psyche thinking about how big it is. Like I
Yep.
said, your dreams don't make you scared; they're not big enough, right? So you can get messed up thinking about the macro when it's really just step by step. All right, what do I have to do today? Right?
Yep.
What do I have to do tomorrow? I can't think about the end goal. I just got to think about the one thing that I got to do. When I'm running, or when I was running, I don't put this weight back on.
You and me both, man. I
When
know it.
I
Yeah.
was running, I'm not going to do a whole 10 miles in a minute. I just got to put
Right.
one foot in front of the other.
Right.
Put one foot in front of the other. And that first mile is always a killer for me. It's like
Right.
my body got to get adjusted to it, and then I start feeling good. But one step
Yeah.
in front of the other, and I'm going to end up doing as many miles as I want to do, just one step at a time. I know
Right.
I have the goal, but once I start, my goal is just steps.
Right.
And so that's
Right.
what we have to be with our success also. All right, I have this end goal, but right now all I can focus on is steps. But the thing about steps is they lead you to where you want to go.
Exactly. Appreciate that though. But it
No
makes perfect sense, man. And when we can start getting into like, I like when I was on here before, you used to like give out like homework and stuff like that, actionable steps. And that book you gave me or told me to go read, The Big Leap, helped out a lot with understanding
great book.
like what your hiccups are. That helped me out a lot last year.
Mm-hmm.
I understood what was tripping me up. Didn't realize I was like self-sabotaging a lot due
Mm-hmm.
to feeling overwhelmed, or like you just said, feeling like my goal is so big and I'm trying to eat a whole elephant in like 2 minutes, so
Mm-hmm.
I felt this anxiety or this pressure all the time, like, which is why I'm on go all the time. I get a lot of stuff done, but it was counterproductive because I wasn't ever taking the time to just plan. You know what I mean? I'm just reacting to everything, and so that helped me out a lot. So like I said, I can't wait till we get to the part where you start really throwing in like actionable steps to address those things, because I'll definitely be listening, man, for sure.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Likewise, man. I'm on here, so I can just sit here, or you want me to go on the link? Like, how you want me? Because I'm about to jump in the car. I don't want to
You can
disrupt
do
if
it
I'm
up.
on here.
No, no, no. I'm gonna remove you from the screen where
Okay.
everybody can see you, and just whatever you want to do. If you want
Oh
to
yeah,
watch
I'm here. I'm listening.
on
I'm about to jump in the
Facebook
car right now.
or YouTube,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep. Yep. Got you. I'm right here. I got you.
All right. Peace, bro.
All right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I see folks tuned in on Facebook and YouTube. If any of you brothers want to actually join in and ask your questions, or you don't want to join in the stream, but you just want to ask your questions in the comments, you can ask your question in the comments, or you can click the link that I just dropped in the comment section for you to come on and actually ask your questions. Appreciate Brother Darius coming on. And yeah, so this is the first time. This is the first night that we're doing this, and we're going to continue to do this. And I know more and more people will begin to tune in as people know this is happening every Tuesday. But yeah, I just want to be here to be a help, be of service to my brothers. I'm not against talking to any women. So if women have questions, I definitely will talk to you as well. I just know that men typically we don't always have the outlet that we need to talk through issues with somebody. So I'm more geared towards black men, but that does not mean in any way I won't use anything that I know, any knowledge that I have to help black women. I'm just gearing everything towards black men. So anybody out there, Keisha, thank you so much. I appreciate you for sharing it. Definitely appreciate that. So what we're going to talk about in the meantime before somebody comes on. Mm. Well, since he talked about, those steps, uh, Brother Herm, since he talked about, the process, I want to talk about building your confidence for a moment. A lot of the times we struggle with getting to that end goal because we begin to feel a little bit defeated. Sometimes we feel incapable, and when you begin to feel that way, it's hard. It's hard for you to do anything. It's hard for you to get anywhere, and we keep measuring where we are to where we want to be, and that's what creates a lot of the psychological issues, because where you want to be, especially if you got big goals, if you have big dreams, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of fighting, and it's going to take a lot to get to that dream, but you can get to it. But you can also be, like Brother Darius said, you can also get overwhelmed by the dream that you have. So that's why it's so important to get that macro idea of what you want to be, who you want to be, what you want to have. And then once you understand what the goal is, now we just got to start working on this day-to-day thing. What can I do today, right, that I'm going to be proud of, and it's going to make me feel like I'm accomplishing something? Because a lot of times we don't feel like we've accomplished anything until we've got to the actual goal, which is not true. Everything that you do is an accomplishment. Now, you might not have got to the end goal, but it's an accomplishment. When I'm writing my books, I'm really only trying to write 1 to 2 pages a day, 1 to 2 Microsoft Word pages a day, which translate to like 4 or 5 pages inside a book. So every day, that's my accomplishment. I know I'm not going to write a whole 200-page book in a day. So that's not something I'm trying to accomplish, even though I have that goal. But every day, I only want to write 1 to 2 pages. That's like somewhere between 4 to 10 paragraphs. So all I want to write every day, 1 to 2 Microsoft Word pages. And if I do that, or not if, when I do that, I feel accomplished for the day. So stop trying to feel accomplished for a lifetime in a day. Stop trying to feel accomplished in a lifetime in a day. That's where the stagnation comes from. That's where the anxiety comes from. That's where feeling incapable comes from. That's where feeling like it's not going to happen comes from, because you're trying to have a lifetime accomplishment in a day, when really the daily accomplishments are how you get to the lifetime accomplishment. Herm, did you want to come on? Herm, did you want to come on? Guess not. Yeah, so we got to get these daily goals, and they don't have to be something so big. Like I said, me writing just 1 to 2 pages, that doesn't even sound like a lot, does it? And using that format, I've helped about 8 or 9 people write books. Like, they wanted to write books, they were a little afraid, and they all came to talk to me about it. See, I was just pumping out books. How do you, get into the process of writing? And I break it down. Can you write 4 to 10 paragraphs a day? And they're all like, yeah, I could do that. All right, well, if you write that, you do that for 90 days, you'll have your book finished. In 90 days, you'll have a book done. Once I took the macro idea and made it a micro idea, or the macro goal and made it micro goals, they believed, not even going to say believe, they knew they were able to accomplish the big goal. So that's what we have to do in life. Find these daily accomplishments. If you find the daily accomplishments, you'll feel accomplished every day, and you'll begin to build your confidence towards your big goal, because you see that you're accomplishing something every day, and you don't have to continue saying, oh, I don't have the house yet. Oh, I don't have that yet. I didn't make 6 figures yet. You can't make 6 figures without making $1. You cannot make 6 figures without making $1. Got to make $1 first, and make another and another and another and another, and eventually you can get to your goal. SL, do you have a question? Do you want to jump in the stream? You could drop in the comments and let me know if you want to jump in. Brother David, as always, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all the motivation that you always give me. You always inspire me, brother. Constantly, always lifting me up, and I appreciate you immensely. I appreciate you immensely. So now, what are your daily goals? What are your daily goals? You got 365 days in a year. If you have 365 daily accomplishments, that is going to be an accomplished year. I don't care how small they are. I don't care how small they are. If every day you accomplish something for 365 or 366 days, that's going to be an accomplished year. If from this point forward, we'll be at January 11th, the rest of this year, you decide, all right, I'm going to accomplish this small thing every single day. I'm going to accomplish this small thing every single day. At the end of the year, I promise you, life will be different. The thing is, we just got to make sure that we're not so paralyzed by our end goal that we don't have any movement. Some movement is better than no movement. So a lot of times we'll try to what Joel Gregory calls a paralysis in analysis. We won't move, but we'll sit and keep trying to re-strategize mentally. I need to do this differently. I need to do this differently. I want to do this or I want to do that. But we won't move. We just keep trying to think through it. Just start doing something. Just start doing something. Again, I'm seeing more and more people tuning in on YouTube and Facebook. If any of you brothers want to jump on the live, the link is in the comment, the StreamYard link. Or if you don't actually want to be on the live, but you want to ask a question in the comments, you can drop your question in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. All right. So how was everybody? Everybody good? Where are y'all tuning in from? Drop in the comments and let me know where y'all tuning in from. What city are y'all in? I'll be a little interactive with a brother. Have some kind of conversation with me. Newcastle, Delaware, Albany, New York. How y'all doing? How you doing, Sasha? How you doing, Malvina? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all share this on y'all feed. Philly, North Central. What's North Central Philly? What is that? I've never heard of North Central Philly. What's that, like Spring Garden or something? Big sis. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's this North Central Philly. Close, yes. I've never heard that terminology. I'm 40 years old. I've never heard of North Central North Central Philly. But hey, they are changing everything now with all the gentrification and giving all of these different names to everything. So shoot. I saw an article that said something about Northwest Philly. I've never, ever in my life heard somebody say Northwest Philly. Never. Northeast, but Northwest, never heard that one. Never heard that one. So for those commenting, are y'all crushing y'all goals? Have y'all set y'all goals for 2022? Do y'all have daily goals to help boost that confidence, knowing that you're doing something that's leading you in the right direction, knowing that you're accomplishing something that's eventually going to get you to that goal. Okay, I'm kind of in a rut. I went to school, got the good job, and now I just feel like I'm stuck on the wheel. I'm not financially struggling anymore. I'm not rich either, but it's got to be more to life than this. Yes. So now in my coaching program, the and if you read my book, Nothing Can Stop Us. I don't know where it's at. Um, the very second thing I start to teach people is defining who you are, and I talk about creating a I am statement. So with this, we're going through everything in life, in your life, right? To really define who you are, because a lot of us have never done that. So we just think we are what we do or what we've always done, but that's not the crux of who we are. We get trained and programmed to be a lot of other things other than what we wanted to be in life. By the time you hit high school, right? When you four, you ask what you want to be. You have big dreams. By the time you were ninth grade, now you got to be realistic, and so you get trained to not be yourself. So I went through the same thing with you. I went to college. I got a finance degree. I wanted to own a hedge fund. That was my dream at the time. I got a job as a financial analyst right out of school. Got a promotion. Ah, man, CEO loved me. I was on my way, but I was miserable as hell because I am a extrovert. I'm not an introvert who can just be sitting in the office crunching numbers and looking at data. It's not who I am. So this job doesn't fit with who I am. And I had to begin to understand what fulfills me, because just working for a paycheck ain't it. Just working for a paycheck ain't it. So I have to learn myself all over again, learn what makes me feel satisfied and fulfilled, and then how do I monetize that? How do I flow in a way where I'm fulfilled and still make money? So I feel like you're kind of in the same place where I was. Got a good job, but this job isn't speaking to me. So what I would suggest for you is to really go on that search to really find who you are. Like I literally called my mother and all my aunts and uncles to ask them who I was as a kid. Like I wanted to get a very clear um, image of who I was before the world told me what to be or what I had to do. And I talked to everybody for like a good hour or two apiece, just asking some of the experiences, what my character was like, what were some of the things that I love to do. Because I lost my father at 10 and that traumatized me. And I kind of forgot my whole childhood. Like I couldn't even remember my childhood. So I had to talk to them to rediscover myself. And in rediscovering myself, I learned what I need to feel fulfilled in life. And I have to use that to make my money. So I feel like you're going through that same thing right there, where you're just working, you're paying the bills, but it's like, this doesn't do anything for me because it's not speaking to your soul. It's not speaking to your I am. So you would definitely have to do the work to discover what your I am is, and then make sure everything that you do is connected to your I am, because when it is, you'll feel fulfilled in everything that you do. I hope that helped you out. All right. I felt like I didn't want to set something for New Year. I tried to train my mind prior to the new year just to be and do better. And I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that at all. I know people normally do New Year's resolutions and things of that nature. I guess that's just something that you're welcome, Janera. That's just something that we've been trained to do. But I definitely like that, because if you're always constantly doing better, you're not waiting for a specific time in order for you to actually actually do better. So I like that. How far ahead do you generally plan? Also, how do you plan to plan? As in, when do you set aside time to go over the plan and retool? Okay, how far ahead do you generally plan? Also, how do you plan to plan? As in, when do you set aside time to go over the plan and retool it? So, how far ahead do I plan? I create a vision of my life for years. Now, obviously that changes. So, but like a strategic plan year for 10 years from now, no, I don't do that because I have grown to learn that as every year goes by, I evolve, I grow. And so what I want to do in 10 years from today, in 3 years, something might have came along and shifted it. So me, I'm really working on being in the present, which is something I've struggled with for years. For years, I wanted to plan out my whole life strategically. And that caused so much struggle with me mentally because life happens. And when life happens and things didn't go according to plan, I dealt with a lot of depression. So I'm really focused on being in the moment and breaking that habit. In fact, I literally bought a book called How to Live in the Now because I had an improper relationship with time, had a very improper relationship with time. But now, as far as also, how do you plan to plan? I've never thought about planning to plan, but me, I get up early. So normally I'm up at 3:30 in the morning. I also have whiteboards. You can see it, one of these whiteboards. It fell. I have whiteboards all over my place. So I literally get in what I call mad scientist mode. So I have all my erasable markers, and I'm in the house and I'm just writing. Like when I say I have them all over, I have 8 of them. I have 8 of them just in my little office space right here. I got three. Well, one fell. I got them in my living room and everything. So I go into what I call mad scientist mode, and I'm just on the walls writing everything out because I want to be able to see it. So that's how I plan. Like I need to write, and I need stuff to be up so I can see it. So I'm up 3:30 in the morning. Typically, I get up, make my teas, do some morning meditation, start reading. Normally, I read for about 2 hours, and then after that is when I get into my thing. So around 6 a.m., I get into my thing where I'm up on the walls planning out, what I want to teach, planning out what I want to do, planning out my programs and everything that I do. So that's exactly how I plan. Um, when do you set aside time to go over the plan and retool it? So I'm constantly watching how things are flowing to see if I need to do something different, if I need to change the way my marketing is going, if I need to change the way I post, if I need to change the times I post, different things. I'm always watching how the world is moving so I can be able to retool daily. I don't want to. I'm not so rigid in my planning to where I gotta do it like this for the next 6 months. Now every day I'm looking, and because if you don't change with the world's gonna leave you behind. So day by day, I'm doing my best to recognize what's going on and flow with the world. So I'm always in a retool mode. Now that doesn't mean I just change with every blow of the wind, but I'm always in constant consciousness of how things are moving and making sure I'm moving with them. Appreciate the question. Appreciate the question. All right. Got any more in these comments? Nope. Yeah, so let's crush these goals, man. Let's crush these goals. Let's crush these daily goals. Let's plan, put those plans together, figure out exactly what you want to do. And sometimes I don't even think about it as a plan, like create your system, create your system of how you operate. So that's like me with the 2 books thing. I mean, 2 pages a day. That's my system. That's how I get up like when I'm writing the book, I get up again. I'm up at 3:30. I start writing and researching from at 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. That's my optimal time. I don't do no writing at night. I can't do it. My system is get up, get my teas in my system, get my meditation, and boom, start writing between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. And right, that's crazy. I'm talking about 4 hours to write 1 to 2 pages. So I'm writing and I'm like researching and everything at the same time as I'm writing. So I'm getting more and more information. So I'll be able to put in the books. But that's my system on how I get things done. So create your system. How to train myself not to care so much about things I can't control. Mm, how to care or listen, take full control of everything that you can control. Take full control of it. Find. I have a chapter in my book that's dedicated to this too. It's called Finding the Diamonds in Your Life. So every day, right? Find the part of your life in today that you do have 100% control over. Because there are things in your life that you do have control over. So, like with me, I can't control if people are going to buy my books, but I can control if I'm putting out quality content. I can control if I'm studying enough to get the best information to be able to put it in a book where I can confidently say this book will change your life if you read it and you apply the things that are in it. Take control of everything you have the power to do, and the other stuff will fall in line. So by default, because a lot of times we try to stop stuff instead of trying to do something else. The best way to stop something is to do something else, and by default, you're not doing it. So if you're like, I want to stop overthinking, or I want to stop this, you can't just stop anything. You got to replace it, or you'll fall back into that habit. So start to figure out what exactly can I control every day? What's in my control that I can use my abilities? And if I do it to 100% of my abilities, I am grabbing life by the horns in every area that I can control. And when you're operating like that, boom, you ain't focused on the things you can't control because your hands are full working on the things that you can control. How effective are your teachings now opposed to when you taught in Philly as far as the youth? Hmm. I, I wouldn't say I've gotten more effective. I would say I've gotten more knowledge, so I'm being effective in a different way. So in different eras of my life, I was doing different things, which all was leading me up to where I am right now, where I'm going. But when I was just walking up on corners and just talking to young guys, like I wasn't trying to do for them what I'm trying to do for people now. I was just trying to shift their mindset and give them another option and have them thinking about something other than the block. That was my goal. So, or that's it. My goals of effectiveness have changed. That's a great way to put it. My goals of effectiveness have changed. Because I feel like I was effective. I feel like I was really effective in the things that I was doing before. So I don't feel like I got any more effective. But my goals of my effectiveness have changed, and now I I want to do things differently. I have different outcomes, that I want. So now I've moved past just I just want to put a seed in your mind as my goal to now. I actually want to really work with you and coach you and give you a whole different type of information, that will change your life. But yeah, I feel like my effectiveness hasn't changed. Brother Duran, appreciate you. Appreciate you for tuning in. And if you want to support the show, you could always cash app at BFN Kruma. I've never been asked that question. My effectiveness. It's a good question. It's a good question. Do you mean the youth and adults in Philly would be less likely to take heed to what he teach compared to the youth and adults in North Carolina? I'm in South Carolina. I don't think I don't think that's what she meant. I don't think so. I'm in a different space now. Like I teach neuroscience and biology and psychopathology, developmental psychopathology. So I'm just in a totally different space because of all the stuff that I intake, all the stuff that I read. I feel like you're pretty effective. Years ago, I heard you talk about the boys talented 10th, and I bring this as, oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's like my third. No, that's my fourth book. That was my fourth book. So that was a while ago. Keith, we definitely need more men, and that's why I'm making myself of service to the brothers, so that I can help brothers hone in on their skills and ultimately be able to be a difference in their community. KB, I see you tuned in. If you got a question, if you want to jump on the live, you can let me know in the comments that you want to come on, or if you just want to drop a question in the comments, you can do that. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I feel like this year is going to be a really good year. Um, I feel like there's going to be a lot of growth in a lot of men. I've been coming in contact with quite a few brothers. In fact, I was just on my brother Brian Hippolyte's. Um, he did an online like a mega fest. What did he call it? Manifest fest. So I taught a class on how to become a success magnet. I taught Monday morning. So he has a whole university, and there's quite a few other brothers that I've come in contact with who are doing the work for Black men, and that's something that we haven't really had a whole lot of. It's like Black men really have gotten forgotten. It's like the youth, and then there's a lot of stuff for women, but for Black men, it's just like, man up. So we definitely need these spaces where we can talk, where we can ask questions, um, where we can have uh, therapy. Even if like this isn't like real therapy, but it can be therapeutic. We can talk through an issue, talk through something that you went through. I know I would never get super personal with somebody on a live broadcast, but we'll definitely be able to just open up, man, just have the conversations that we need for growth. So I'm very, very excited for 2022, and I just look forward to see everything that transpires. Kyle, did you want to jump on? If you nod your head, yes or no? No? All right. I can't hear you, but I can see you. I didn't know that was you at first. I couldn't see your face. I just saw KB. I'm just like KB. But do you have a question? You can drop a question in the comments if you want. You don't want to jump on. What's on my mind? I don't want to just jump off. Oh, sure. I've been on for 40 minutes. Wow, that 40 minutes went by fast. I was on time. I started at 9 o'clock. Like I said, I was on time. What NLP exercises do you employ for yourself? And what changes have you recognized within yourself as a result? What are NLP exercises? NLP exercises. Imagery training. Okay. So, all right, so let me read the rest of the question. Have you recognized within yourself as a result? I'm into NLP and want to pick your brain because I know you dig in the subject matter. Yeah. So one of the things that I do that's in NLP is creative imagination. Right. Um, your mind only takes a hold of information that you have an elevated emotion towards. So it's like with COVID, they don't get you to do stuff because they laid out logic. They make you feel fear. Because if I can get you to feel, then I can tell you anything information wise and get you to do what I want. So a part of creative imagination is what Dr. Joe Dispenza calls conditioning your body to a new mind. So I would go sit by the water every day. As an empath, I just love water. I would go sit by the water every day from 5:30 to 6 o'clock, and I would just be in my imagination, and I would get the picture of my life that I want. Imagine that I have it to the point where I get that excited feeling, and that begins to train my subconscious mind to do things that are necessary for me to get to that goal. Because that's one of the biggest things that we have to do for success is train our subconscious mind, because you do not reach the pinnacle of success by what you do consciously. You reach it by the things that you subconsciously do on autopilot. So the more you have those emotions and that information embedded in your subconscious, you'll form habits of doing things that are beneficial for you, and you're not even going to be thinking of it. You're just going to actually start to do it. So yeah, so that creative imagination, I do that. um Also, I'll just sit and just let my mind go, just let it just go wherever it wants, whatever it's going to show me. And in that I get new ideas. So yeah, and as a result, definitely it changes it. For one, it changed how I felt when I start doing it, because when you start reconditioning your body to a new mind or new thoughts, right? I dealt with a lot of depression. It helped with that, because your depression or your anxiety is either tied to past or something in the future, or that you're fearful of, and you start focusing on that so much that you get depressed. Once I started creating that image and putting that joy, that emotion of joy to it, or that emotion of gratitude to it, that emotion of thankfulness to it, it literally begins to change the chemical makeup in your body. And as it begins to change that, it changes how you feel. And when you change how you feel, you change what you do. Because when you don't feel good about doing something, you're not going to do it. But when you feel excited and thankful, you're going to step out. So that's how it has changed for me. Is that a form of meditation? I definitely would say it's a form of meditation, but I also I also do just regular meditation. I mentioned Dr. Joe Dispenza. So this is a wonderful, wonderful book. See how much of a nerd I am. I was so excited when I bought these. So I can mark my picture. So Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza is an amazing, amazing book on meditation. And if you just YouTube Dr. Joe Dispenza, the guided meditations are on there. And what's the best way for quickly altering your emotional state? I don't know about quickly altering. But I would say I guess the fastest way would just be getting to a place of gratitude. Because when you start to feel gratitude, force yourself to feel gratitude for the life that you want, that I guess would be the fastest way. But I don't know if anything's just a actual quick fix. What is the easiest way to unlearn bad behavior or unhealthy habits that I was raised in? So first of all, identifying them. But like I said earlier, we can't focus on stopping stuff. We have to develop better habits. So you don't like stop unhealthy eating habits. You start healthy eating habits. You can't stop that. You got to start and do something else. So unlearning things, you have to be open to knowing that you believe something that was wrong. Like myself, I am totally open to the fact that I'm brainwashed in certain areas because I live in a racist society. So because the fact that I'm open to that fact, I'm always open to looking at things differently. And when I get new information, I'm open to saying, you know what, I can't believe that anymore. So that would be the first thing. Just be open and figure out. Or so if you know what your unhealthy habits are, what is the healthy reverse? What is the healthy reverse? So what do you need to start doing as opposed to what do you need to stop doing? And when you start doing, again, by default, you won't be doing the unhealthy habits that you had before. Well, I'll just ask a question that leans towards what you said, having a creative mind. Whoever's asking these questions is inside my mind. Yeah. I don't know why it's two different chats. Are you live on IG? No, I'm not live on IG. I don't know if this helps because I suffer from anxiety and depression, but whenever I find myself thinking about something negative, I force myself to think of at least 10 things I really love. I listen to songs I love and watch movies I like. And I mean, as soon as I notice it, I don't even finish the thought. Yeah, that's a great answer. That's a great answer. Yeah, but we were taught a lot of shoot. Thanksgiving is unhealthy. All that food, man. I watched my mom make the yams one year, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm dying just watching you put all this sugar." I love how it tastes, but so we have a lot of unhealthy habits that we just got to be open to new, open to new information. And that's where I'm at a space now where I'm open to so much that I wasn't open to before. Coming from South Philly, it's like you have a certain mindset that gets drilled in you when you're in poverty and inner cities. Violence and everything is going on, and we don't really be open to a lot of stuff. Like shoot, we weren't. I wasn't raised to be open to therapy. Man, I'm like therapy, 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 baby, therapy. So yeah, man, let's be open to that new, because the more information you get, like I always see like people like Tony Robbins and some of these personal development folks that people are paying $10,000 to go to their weekend event. I'm like, man, these fools, man. But once I start getting into personal development, I'm like, man, that stuff is worth every penny. That stuff is worth every penny. So you got to change your mindset on things, because the one thing that you can't lose on an investment in is you. That's the one thing you cannot lose, and when you invest in yourself at all. I think y'all sisters on here hold me down, asking questions. The brothers are coming around. It might take a month or two. Might take a month or two for the brothers to roll on then. But I appreciate the brothers who are on and have asked questions. I just want to be of service. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m., I will be here again, and I will be recording my podcast, second full episode. I did a short bonus episode. Or also, if you want to, I gotta make a let me see. Yeah, if you want to stay in the know, text tribe to 833-447-0101. Yeah, text tribe to 833-447-0101 so you can get text messages when I'm going live or when I have a sale or anything like that. So you'll be a VIP member and you'll be able to get access to things that other people will not. Are you on club? I have a Clubhouse, but I've actually never used it, not one time. Yes, a few lives. You'll be overwhelmed with great questions. You have great content. Thank you. I appreciate that. What methods, bro, have you used to get family unity back together if it ever disengaged within your family? You know what? My family, we used to get together like every other week. And I'm talking about everybody. It would be 30 to 40 of us in a house at least once every other week. Then one year, we weren't getting together, right? And so I was talking to my brother about it, and he was like, "Wait a minute, it's your fault." I was like, how is it my fault that the family ain't getting together? He was like, "Man, you was the one that always initiated it," and I never even realized that. Like I never even like that was just something that I guess I just subconsciously do. Hey, we gonna bring some burgers and some buns, and we just gonna meet up. I didn't even realize I was the one who was doing it. So what to answer that question, I would say make sure you're just in a leadership role. Like we can't force people to unite, but you can initiate it and be the leader. You know, you can if you know two cousins have an issue, you can talk to both of them. You know, try to get them to sit down. You can everybody come to cookouts. Nobody turning down no free food. They gonna go to a cookout full of people that they don't like. If it's good food, going to be there. So yeah, I would say just go ahead and just be the leader. Just lead by example. You know, lead by getting together with other people. You know, you might be getting together with this cousin. Post it online. Make the other cousins jealous. Just lead by example in whichever way that you can. But again, we can't force people to be better. We can't force them to unite. But we can ooze love out of us so much that people have no choice but to feel that. My mouth be so dry. This was the fastest hour ever. Fastest hour. And I was so tired before I got on, but once I get on and start talking and start teaching, that's KB. That I am, man. When I'm flowing in me, man, it's no feeling like it. I would rather be on stage than on camera, but that's where I love it. When I'm on stage and I got the people's energy and attention, oh man, ain't no feeling in the world like it to me. That's another big thing our people lack. What's that? They lack what? Unity? Like unity? And another FYI for the brothers, and we'll probably be pushing this back, but definitely relaunching the people lack water. Oh, well, listen, I drink a gallon a day. This is all. That's all I buy is gallons. I do not buy no bottles. I buy gallons. um, yeah. So the men's coaching, the Monday night men's group coaching 10-week session, or 10-week program is coming back up. If any brothers are interested in that, and I'm also doing one-on-one coaching. Initially, I was only doing men, but I had a few women reach out to me, and I'm not about to just first of all, I'm not gonna miss my coins. And I'm not going to not help black women. So if there are black women who want to receive the coaching, I'm open to coaching the women as well, because the principles are universal. So yeah, so if you want that, you can send a email to bfnkrumah at gmail.com. Next podcast, we can talk about how black unity is bullcrap. The media told us to aspire to. What do you mean by that? Black unity is bullcrap. The media. So we shouldn't want unity? I don't understand. I don't understand that. Earl, what up? What up? What up? What up? I can't really fully see it because there's something blocking his face. We don't have to be united. No other group is. I would wholeheartedly disagree with that. I will wholeheartedly disagree with that. Every group comes here. They migrate to the same areas. They create banks. They create businesses where they hire each other. On these corner stores, how many black people do you see hired by the Dominicans or by the Asians? So I would wholeheartedly disagree. Now, of course, they not like, just lovey dovey 100%, but they do what's best for the race in a unified way. They are going to support Asians are going to support Asians before they support blacks or anybody else. Whites are going to support whites more. Hispanics are going to support Hispanics more. We are the only ones who go out of our way to support people who don't look like us. So, so a mutual respect. Yeah, or I would call it just a racial allegiance, just a racial allegiance, you know, knowing that when you do what's best for the people, it comes right back to you. Because of black people, if we created billion-dollar businesses, we wouldn't be worried about not being the president of these white companies and things of that nature. So like we see nepotism in every race. We see it in every race. We can't start with, yeah. I mean, listen, we got issues. We got issues that we have to deal with. And there's all residual issues from slavery and colonization. So colonialization. What's the colonization? Colonialization, whichever. But yeah, you're right. We a lot of us don't like being black. In an anti-black world, I don't condone it, but I understand how people can be trained to feel that way. All right, so make sure y'all text Tribe to 833-447-0101. This will be still up on Facebook and YouTube afterwards. I will be live tomorrow at 9 p.m. With the podcast for tomorrow, Thursday night. My brother KB and a couple of other brothers, we're going to be finishing up Being is the New Doing by Radiah Rhodes. And I'm also going to have Radiah Rhodes on my podcast on January 26th. So I'm super, super excited to have a conversation with her. She is amazing. Next Thursday, brothers, we are starting Male vs. Man by Dondre Whitfield. So if you want to be a part of the Black Male's Personal Development Book Club, order that book. Text Tribe to 833-447-0101 so you can get the link, be in the know to be able to come on the Zoom. We won't be here. We'll be on a Zoom call, and we'll be discussing the book, discussing how it's impacting us, discussing how it can help us, what we can utilize. We definitely have a KB. Can I get you to just come on and say something real fast about it?
Yeah, most
Thank you,
certainly.
brother.
Yes, sir.
I don't want it to just be me hyping it up. One
I
of the
got
brothers
you,
who
bro.
went through my 10-week program and is a part of the book club, and you know, he's a very supportive brother, man.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, just like Brother BF said, it's a wonderful program. I came in because I just didn't have that male presence in my life. I mean, we can go through life a lot of times, without that male presence. My father died early when I was 20, so I ain't even get to have a natural father. You know what I'm saying? Growing up as an adult, and a lot of stuff I got missed out on. So, just going through life experience and things, you need that mentorship, you need that coaching. And whatever man can come in and say, yeah, I ain't need to be coached by nobody. I led my own way. Nobody had to, teach me anything. They lying. But the 10-week, personal development program, man, was amazing, amazing. And I definitely encourage all the brothers to get involved as much as possible, man. We need each other like never
Facts.
before. Too many of
Facts.
us is dying with a lot of purpose within inside of us. Never getting a chance for the world to see that come to fruition is a terrible thing. And when we need help, we gotta say it. And I'm one of the brothers, man. I'm quick to lift my hand up and say, you know what? Yeah, yeah, I need help. You know what I'm saying? So it was it was an amazing time, man. 100% support that. Always, and just not trying to be on here saying that, but hyping it up. Listen, it was a very, very, very good help for myself and for the other brothers that have came on and and been consistent. And this is the thing that we gotta go through. I mean, we've been in a pandemic, what, 2 years, going on almost
They
forever
ain't
now.
never trying to let us out, man.
Yeah, yeah. So you know what I'm saying, man, is that isolation and being away from people and being able to just come on a platform and be able to express yourself as a black man, especially as a black man, is an amazing and refreshing feeling. And it gives us that opportunity to just to grow. And then I'm just excited about the growth opportunity, man. Like, being able to share our problems and what we have and being able to expound on that and come and get solutions is very imperative to, again, to our growth personally. Very imperative to that, so sometimes we don't have that outlet and we internalize everything so much.
Mhm.
Trying to be macho.
Yeah. So
Ain't nothing cool about that.
definitely
So yeah,
appreciate you,
bro.
bro. So
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna see you on a call Thursday night for the book club. And as always, we'll talk in our group text. So we also got a group text and everything for the brothers that we jump in. So jumping off here right now, again, I'll be back tomorrow night with just my regular podcast. It's not going to be a question and answer. It's just going to be me teaching for a good hour and some change. And it's going to be very, very impactful. Again, if you want to stay in the know on everything, text tribe to 833-447-0101. I got one more comment in this private chat. Just somebody saying, I appreciate that. All right. I love all of y'all. Let's be great and
All right, bro.
unstoppable.
Yes, sir. Peace out.